probably more so focused on uh, individual in terms of, kind of what showed up in terms of how did they execute the race, were their legs strong underwater, were they able to hold on to their tempo, I thought from an effort standpoint, a racing standpoint, they did a fairly good job. We were a little sloppy, but I think the way they went about it, we got enough out of it to we really wanted to pinpoint some things as far as, okay, what do we do for the next 2 weeks? For the women, how tired are they? What do we want to do for the next 10 days? And so it was a little bit more about that. So we saw some good things. Certainly saw some things we need to clean up a little bit. But overall, it was a good day. It's kind of starts off with a lot of fanfare, and so it's easy to lose your focus and all, but we got some things accomplished. It's that kind of time of the season where they know they're going to start getting some rest now, and so they certainly look forward to that. And so really what we want to do is take the positives, not get stuck on anything. In some cases, some performances weren't up to certainly what we'd like them to be, but not get stuck on that. Just really build our momentum from a physical standpoint. Just really sharpen things up. Still getting some work in, but just not as much. Like I mentioned before, just trying to get them ready to peak. And emotionally, I think I said this before also, just pacing. So there was a little up and down. Some of that's to be expected. But I think they're in a good place now. We just got to really have a short period of time. We got to really put things together and just be ready to go. So pacing yourselves emotionally. But we're starting to get rest now, so we're going to start getting a little spunky. Well, I think the influence is probably more set before today. I think the consistency, the routine, the focus on what we're trying to get accomplished, not only short term but long term, that's been there. And today it showed up in certain capacities. So it didn't deviate one way or the other. It's game time now. So 10 days from now we're going to be getting ready for the relay for the 2 medley and the 8 free relay to start our Big Ten championship. So we're pretty much set. It's just a matter of cleaning things up, getting some rest, and just taking it one day at a time. Well, emotions always play into it. Sometimes that emotion can get in the way. That's why I mentioned about pacing ourselves emotionally. You don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. Just want to keep the routine. Things will get a little bit more individualized the next 10 days, 2 weeks for the guys. Some people will be doing a little less, some people will be doing a little bit more. So I don't think the guys are in any different spot with the girls right now. We don't have any meets left. It's really time to just continue to get the schoolwork, be on top of that so we can get ready to go. Bang heads with some really good teams.
Just to have some fun. I mean, we're going to have some stressful situations coming up, Big Tens, NCs, and a few of us are going to Olympic trials, obviously, so it's going to be a little stressful. So this weekend was really more about having fun and enjoying ourselves. Our families are here, and it's a little emotional, but hopefully not too emotional, saying goodbye and stuff like that. And it is really, really exciting thinking that, you've made it 4 years and just the bonds you've made, and it's really great. I think it's definitely encouraging just to have races like that, especially just racing against ourselves. I know Caitlin Jones and I have been racing on and off this entire season. Has been great. Just being able to have that competition right before going into a bigger meet like Big Tens, I think it's just a great start for momentum and getting us ready to race the big guys. I didn't cry. My mom cried a little bit, so I almost did. It was getting there, but I think it'll be more emotional during Big Tens and NCs when you're actually saying goodbye and this is it. We still have obviously our big races coming up, so it wasn't that emotional, but just it hits you. And all year it's been surreal that I'm a senior and then I'm leaving, and it's oh yeah, sure I'm leaving, but I'm still here. And so it was a final moment for everyone, and was emotional at the end, giving them hugs and stuff like that. It was great. Yeah, this meet was definitely more full of energy and just really excited and more emotional. Realized it makes everyone realize, hopefully, that we only have so much time left on this team. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, it kind of goes by fast, and kind of making sure that you actually use that time wisely and make sure you actually take advantage of everything they're giving us.
Riding on a lot of emotion. Leading up to the week, it was kind of a bittersweet. It was like, all right, well, this is my last in-season meet, but at the same time, like, I feel like I'm not done. I feel like I don't want to leave. I'm excited to be done, but I'm not excited to be done. So a lot of emotion going in. A lot of the guys were super stoked to, be able to come out one last time before Big Ten to see what we can do. So it was really nice, especially some of the other guys that don't really get the opportunity often. Being able to see them come in the top places and seeing them swim fast doing it. It was real exciting. It really builds off of the emotion. I mean, I hate to keep going back to the same word, but it really does play a lot on emotion. And when you have random, other guys coming in, finishing first, touching the wall first, fast times, it all builds. Well, I mean, the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty tough. We got a lot on our hands with taper. It's a very precise thing. You got to get it down to a science. But we took away from this meet a few things that a couple of us have to work on, technique-wise, starts, turns, random idea, things. And that's what we got to focus on the next 2 weeks. I think going into Big Tens, we're all feeling pretty confident right now, especially with this big win on us. So it's a pretty good confidence booster. I think the emotions were pretty much everything that drove us today. I mean, a lot of us are tired because we're still working hard. This past week was pretty much our last hard week that we'll have. So all of us were pretty tight, pretty tired, but being able to get up and race, I mean, a lot of us went best in-season times today, just based off of emotion. Just roll, the ball gets rolling and you follow it. So
just enjoy it and just step up and race and see where you're at and try and have a good race, setting yourself up for Big Ten, trying to do some good times. But definitely enjoy the moment.
Regular season.
It was good. I had some of my friends up in the stands cheering, so that was nice. That was good to hear. My family was here, which was awesome. They were able to come out. So, honestly, I was really just more focused on the time, trying to do a good time before Big Tens. And if the win came with that, then that's great. But it wasn't the end of the world if it didn't happen. But in the end, it was nice to do both. So, well, I think today was a good indicator just to see where you're at. And now the coaches know where we're making mistakes, where we're doing really good. So it's really just about, keeping on top of the stuff that we're doing really good at and working on to try and fix, some of the smaller things that we're making mistakes in.
So one day announce your name on the senior day recognition, the crowd roared. How much did it mean to you?
I thought that was really cool. I liked the tunnel. The tunnel was cool. I've been looking forward to that for 4 years now. So I thought it was cool. It's motivating going into the meet, knowing that your teammates are there for you, and it was awesome also having my family with me. So, that was great. We had a couple of close battles with the other teams, and I just wanted to try and get my hand on the wall first. So it felt good, and it's a good way to go out from the McCoy Natatorium. So I'm happy.